Now to a lawsuit between neighbors in Queens that will force a court to decide whether spraying water here was merely a dispute or a racist act. The case involves a black doctor plus his family and friends and the doctor's neighbor. Neighbor sprayed water over his fence onto guests at a party. Now he's accused of treating them the way civil rights protesters were treated in the 60s. His attorney says it's not what it seems. James Ford is live in Forest Hills, Queens with more on this one. James.
And how that one neighbor handled a noise dispute is the subject of this lawsuit. That water you see coming over the fence and onto guests at a dinner party is at the center of a dispute that party guests call racist.
We're calling the cops.
We were afraid. We were afraid.
She's one of 19 people, almost all of whom are black or Latino, who filed this lawsuit against the man who sprayed them from his home on the other side of the fence.
It harkens back to images during the civil rights era where civil rights protesters were hosed and menaced.
I tried to talk to their neighbor. He walked back, picked up a hose, and hosed me down while I was talking to him. That's what happened.
That was on the night a year ago when neighbor Marcus Rosebrook sent water through this hose into the party, including into a treehouse from which partygoers say they asked him to stop. This is the same woman who said she was hosed down at a news conference announcing the lawsuit.
I know he saw me. We made eye contact, and I tried to speak to him. And that is, every time I tried to speak, he sprayed me harder and harder.
A different neighbor, called Jane Doe in the lawsuit, allegedly walked into the home of the party uninvited with her dog to tell them to lower the volume. Another neighbor told us it's been loud a few times in the home where the party was, but at another nearby home.
Every year he would have a band on his porch, and I found out he was a cop. That's why I wouldn't deal with it.
Double standards are what the party's host says he's fighting.
Where it was me, a black person, who had done the same act, that I would have been arrested.
Nobody was responding at Rosebrook's house, but his attorney said that the partygoers were threatening, he said in a statement, to compare plaintiffs' aggressive and violent actions at a house party with those of the peaceful protesters of the 1960s is a false equivalence and is disrespectful of the legacy of those who suffered indignities while fighting for civil rights. And Rosebrook's attorney said that he looks forward to presenting his client's evidence in court and not on television or other media. Reporting live from Forest Hills, Queens, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.